Right, good morning, guys. So today, again, another lesson in Access, and we are going to be looking at adding fields and moving them to a desired spot within our database. Okay, it's very, very simple. So it's important because sometimes we forget something in the layout of our table that we are creating, and we want to add some information. So again, we're working on the database that we created yesterday, and let's go into our design view and let's look over here. Okay, let's look at over here. So we've got our whole database is based on children at school, and sometimes it's important to know their ages. And the reason why I want to add the age is because later on I want to show you guys about validation rules and validation texts. And all we're going to do today is create a field, move it around, set some parameters, and I think that will be pretty good. So I want to add in the group or the field name age. Okay, so I simply just type in age in the field name, and it comes up as short text. But remember, age is a number, so I'm going to change it to a numbered field, and then if we look at the decimals, we don't need any decimals because we are working with the age, and we've just set up some of our field properties. Okay, but now that's pretty cool, but I want to move that. I don't want it at the end. I actually want it after the surname. So what we do is very simple. We click on the record or the whole descriptor over there, and we put our cursor in the gray section. And when I click, you'll see on the screen that there's like a little gray little border box under my cursor. That just means I've selected it now, and I can move it to where I want to. So if I go up, the dark line is where it's going to be placed under the field. So I don't want it under the name, I want it under surname, and there it's moved. If I run that, I save my changes, and there we can see age has been put in. Okay, so very, very quick and simple little technique to do. Create a field, move them around, and you can do this for multiple fields should you want. All right, and then you can go and put in your information as you wish over there. And I think for the purpose of this, let's quickly do the validation rule and validation text. And I'm jumping around because that would have been my 7th video that I did. But let's have a look at our validation rules and validation text. Right. So validation rule and validation text is very, very important because we need to, it's like setting up a rule, and then if the rule doesn't work, or if we don't listen to what we are supposed to be doing, we need to get a little error message. Okay, so for the purpose of this example, right, the validation rule is going to be what I can accept in as an answer. Remember, we're typing in our answers, so we need to set up like a barrier of what we can accept or not. So in the field property section, we go to the validation rule. Now, the validation rule is what we are going to accept, okay? And if we read the little description of it, it says an expression that limits the value that can be entered into the field. So in other words, we can set now what can be accepted or not. Now what I'm going to do over here is now, I just want to accept the ages 16, 17, and 18, okay? Those are the only ones that I want. We'll just make it 16, 17, 18, and 19. All right. So what we're going to do by the validation rule, the first thing we do is we type in the first age, 15. Okay. You press the space bar and you type or, okay, 16 or 17 or 18 or 19. In other words, it's only going to accept those answers. Alright. So what we can do is, sorry, I've typed very wrong now, or incorrectly. I don't know why I've done it all in capitals. Let me just correct myself there. 15 or 16 or 17 or 18. 15, 16 or 19. Okay, right. And then what you do by the validation text is, this is the error message that appears when you enter a value prohibited by the validation norm. So in other words, we're going to create our own little message now, that if we, for instance, go put the age 14 in there, we want a little message to come up. And the message, the validation text, can be anything that you want to come up with. So my validation text for this is, I'm just going to say, enter only the ages between 15 and 19. Okay, so validation rule is what we're going to accept, and the validation text is the message that we get should we not listen to the instructions given in the validation rule. So if we go to our view and we change it yes, we test the new rule. Okay, so the age, we said we want to put 15. 15 works, brilliant, okay, because it's within our range, 15, 16, 17, 18 or 19. But what if I put age 20? There's my little message, enter only the ages between 15 and 19. So it won't accept it, okay, it will take 16, 17, 18 and 19, but as soon as I want to put an older age, it will not allow me to do it, because my validation text matches my validation rule. Okay, I really hope that helps, guys. Practice it, try it. We're not linked to any activities as yet. I'm just giving you little tips on how to do these things, so that when you do the activities on your own, you have these little tutorials to help you. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.